Good evening and welcome to episode 138 for Schnozcast on Saturday, August 28th, 2021. The roll call for tonight. This is Bob, and I'm joined by my co-hosts Nick Bader, Cory, Todd Dillion, and special guest Greg Gumtow. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're watching us on the stream, we're a bit late, but we mean well. And here we are. So, for the very first time, Mr. Todd Dillion in the house.
Word.
I think I might have turned you down way too low.
Word.
No, that's it. Never
Can you hear me? Word.
Yeah.
Word.
Why is your microphone pointed like right at your heart?
Because I'm sitting in a child's chair.
But it's pointed for like a smaller child though. You're sitting like you're 12, but the microphone is like you're 9.
Yeah.
That's how you like it?
That's
You like the microphone like right down here?
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I can get low.
But see, the problem is I've already adjusted your volume.
It's like the limbo mic.
And now you're like, okay, now I'm going to talk over.
No, I'm
like
sorry.
that.
I'm going to put this thing right in my freaking mouth.
Yeah, right down. Yeah.
Yes.
Across your epiglottis.
That wasn't called.
Unnecessary.
Did you think this was going to be
PG-13? Jesus.
Did you think this is going to be just like a man, Todd, welcome?
I know. That's what
We roll out the red carpet.
I wanted some red carpet.
No, as you can see, we've isolated you all by yourself so that just no one wanted to sit next to you.
I know.
Put you in front of a blanket full of profanities.
Yeah, and even the logo's right in front of me on YouTube.
Is it really? I love it. All right, so if you're new to the podcast, let's get through the housekeeping. You can catch us here every weekend on YouTube. You can also listen to us streaming on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, Mixcloud, Amazon Music, Pandora, anywhere else where podcasts can be obtained by you. You can also follow us on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube at Schnozcast. And for the spelling challenged for you out there who didn't bother to read and just tuned into a random podcast, it's SCHNOZZ cast. You can also email us on schnozcast@gmail.com with all your existential questions. Or, hey, Todd Dillion, I'm having trouble in my relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you can help me.
I'm here to help.
Yeah. He's waiting for your email, folks.
Yes.
Or you could call or text us at 618-SHOCKER. I'm sure the phone is here somewhere.
No, it's here. The Shocker line is up and ready to go.
Yeah. I
Live and ready.
I wish that I could hear the dulcet tones of the ringtone that you set.
Well, I guess if someone texts us, we'll find out.
I guess so. Yeah. So if you want to hear what that sounds like, text us at 618-SHOCKER. Greg Gumtow, thank you for joining us again.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I understand that you and Mr. Todd Dillion share a particular affinity for golfing when it's so fucking hot outside you can't even breathe.
Oh, my God. It was a little warm today. I'm not going to lie. It was stupid hot outside.
So
I regret.
You posted a picture on Facebook.
I did.
From the car, a couple of them from the cart.
Yes.
You guys all looked dry. So I assume that picture was taken while you were still at the clubhouse?
We had all
At
toweled off
6
first.
in the morning? Oh,
No, we all toweled off first.
Okay.
It was
Sorry, this is sports, I know, but we're going to get through it.
it was mid-round. Mid-round, but,
Yeah.
We toweled off and we're like, all right, let's get this picture quick
because
it wasn't going to last long.
You're a
towel.
Yeah, and Todd,
Yes.
what time did you start today?
12:47.
Oh, fuck that. Danielle and I were talking about that on the drive. I'm like, I
think,
hope.
Yeah, I think
really-
all of us were talking about it.
I'm like, I really hope Todd was playing at like 6 a.m. and not,
No.
dude, noon.
Yeah, we had an 8:30 shotgun start.
No.
So you guys played 18.
Oh, yeah.
So you were out there at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I was.
That's disgusting.
Wait, they shoot a shotgun?
They do.
The guy actually asked, he's like, we don't have a
That'd be
shotgun here.
amazing.
Like, I just told me I'd have brought one.
The Dearborn Country Club actually has a
I have
cannon.
a Mossberg.
They have a cannon that they pull out and take up on a hill and pull the actual cannon.
Oh, my God. From Greenfield Village?
No, it's a little smaller than that.
A smaller?
Yeah.
Like a miniature cannon?
Yeah. But it's pretty sweet. You hear it all throughout the course.
It's been a while since I've seen cannon fodder.
I just want to keep going.
Dude, it's an actual shotgun start. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm listening. Don't stop.
That's all there
That's
was
it?
to it.
That's
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, that would be amazing.
It is very cool.
It doesn't happen too often where they riff back and forth, the two of them. Because, we've all got our skills. We've all got the things we do with the podcast. And
Wait a minute. What's your skill?
it's I'll never tell. But Cory.
We're still trying to find out.
Yeah, Cory.
We've all got our skills.
Cory's contribution to the podcast comes generally during the podcast, whereas Nick and mine is usually before or after.
What are you talking about? I also do the post editing for all the video as well.
Sorry, you're a multi-hyphenate. And
Yeah, I try.
The most invaluable member
see
of
that,
the
Todd?
podcast.
I didn't ask about
I
your
stand
skill set.
corrected.
I asked about Rankins.
Well,
That is true.
and
That
I
is
said,
true.
I said I swore into secrecy.
He can. I'll tell you this. He can read off very, very newsworthy articles in a very monotone, slow voice.
Enough to
And-
put everyone to sleep.
I'm not everyone. I won't say everyone, but certain people have fallen asleep before.
That are currently sitting upstairs.
Are you
Nope.
certain
Hey-o.
folks that have retired from the podcast?
Ooh.
Bob's talent is bedtime reader.
I was a great bedtime reader.
Didn't you say there was a bedtime song?
Once upon a time. Hey.
Didn't you say there was a bedtime song?
No, there's a wake up. There was a wake up song.
What's the wake up song?
The wake up song was the Oscar Mayer Wiener song.
Wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. No, that wasn't it.
So I don't really think that's a wake up song. I think that was just
It could be a wake up song.
that was just the most annoying song you could think of to wake your kids up.
Yes. Well, that's any good wake up song should be. You want somebody to get out
Completely
of bed.
obnoxious to get
Right.
up.
You don't want somebody to be soothing for them to kind of like
Yeah.
curl back in the pillow and go, oh, this is great. No, I want to make it stop, so you got to make them get out of bed.
I made the mistake of picking a song that I actually really like, and
Yeah.
it's the most miserable thing now. In the morning, I hate it. I play Queen's Crazy Little Thing Called Love. That's what wakes me up every morning.
You're waking yourself up.
Yes.
It's insane to me that you have to wake yourself up with a song. But where's Mary? Where's the value that Mary's adding? She should be. That's what we're talking about. Singing a song to wake someone else up, to get them out of bed.
Why are you trying to get me in trouble?
No, I'm saying, tell Mary from the Schnotzcast she needs to pull her weight a little more.
You speak on behalf of yourself. You can leave me out of this.
No, this is for Mary.
No. This feels like a trap.
Right? Mary's listening. Mary, I know you're listening.
I have nothing to do with Mary.
Exactly.
Mary,
She's
pick,
her own
pick an
person.
annoying song and sing it to Todd to get him out of bed.
I figured it would have been something like the Good Morning song with Debbie Reynolds and Gene Kelly. It's great to stay up late. Good morning, like something like that.
Never heard it.
No,
Yep, you lost me.
never heard the Good Morning
As soon as
song.
you said Debbie
I feel like
Reynolds, I'm
something would get
this is
broken.
going somewhere. I don't know where.
Gene Kelly, you've never heard that song?
No.
Oh my God, what's wrong with you guys?
What's the movie it's from?
Um,
See, you can't if you
Exactly.
can't quote the movie.
so
Exactly.
it would have to be
A
okay.
Gene Kelly film.
So is this something that you know, and you're testing the person that doesn't watch any movies?
I'm saying the person who doesn't watch any movies who dropped a song from a movie.
Because I know
and
that
is-
song.
And then is upset that I don't know it. I'm just saying you don't know the movie. So
Oh, well,
like a
I'll tell you the
horrible
movie
movie.
right now. Hold on.
Come on, Google. Let's go.
Exactly.
hey, Cory, is that new Native American headdress on the wall in the camera shot?
No,
Singing in the
thank
Rain.
God, it's not.
It was Singing in the Rain.
Gotcha.
Sweet.
I guess I didn't know that Debbie Reynolds was
I'll be assigning that to someone this week.
Nick, you should be so lucky.
Todd, I thought you couldn't controllably force your eyes in different directions. Because you just did it.
And now it's on the internet forever. For years I had whenever Todd called me, I had a shot that I took of him when he was at the bar, and I tapped him on the shoulder. He turned around and made this fucking goofy face, and I'm like, click. And every time he called, it was his big googly eyes with the wide whites of his eyes. I love that picture. I'm like, oh, Todd Dillion. It made me feel happy every time you call.
What?
All right. So we're going to get through a few things today. This is going to be a bit of a different, maybe not. So do you want me to stop talking, Cory? Are you talking to me or him? Okay. I
don't know what he's
I'm like,
doing
I think
now.
he's talking to you, but he's looking at me.
No, he's looking at me, and he made
Okay.
like a telephone signal,
Check your messages.
and he just pointed at me.
I was trying to.
He was
give-
telling you to hang loose.
Not-
Okay.
How have we not, in 138 episodes, how have we not figured out, like, slang for...
I'm trying to keep everything going smoothly.
Sure.
Turn my headphones up a little, please.
I messaged you too as well. I can barely hear anything.
You told me you're like perfect.
I know, but
Maybe it's those crappy headphones you got.
these headphones are amazing. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, that's exactly where they were before you asked me to
Turn them down.
switch.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
He did. He was like, perfect.
Right. And then we did the podcast for 10 minutes.
This was like
we all started talking, and I could hear you guys talking outside my headphones rather than
this was like
in my headphones.
Like you've already bugged the fuck out of mom or dad, so you're going to the other one. Like
Yeah.
he didn't want to ask Bob again because he knew Bob would have been like, "What the fuck? We already did this."
I did ask him. He didn't. He hasn't looked at his computer.
Don't look over, but just with your left hand, see if you can take my headphone volume and a couple of clicks to the right. Don't let Bob know.
Hey Bob.
I don't know how
I went like this. I went
Yeah.
because it was like the telephone like hand like the like to his face and like the eyebrows went up and I gave him like the what sign and he went and like rolled his eyes.
So then you're talking in the microphone. You're like, what? Huh? Oh, you're just defeating the purpose of
Only
trying to
'cause
slyly
you
say.
you made the effort to get all up. You stood up and walked all the way around.
I had to fix the camera anyway.
I didn't catch that. All I caught was him going, what? No, what?
He fiddled with the camera.
Yeah,
so.
he came
All
over
right.
to fiddle.
That wasn't the only reason.
I think he was probably like, well, if I'm getting up and using this energy, I might as well fiddle fuck.
Might as well.
Oh my god.
I did see a meme today out on Instagram about some parent who had posted something about their kids to say, like, hey, go hang up the phone. And they're like, hey, where do you think hang up the phone comes from? And no one knew.
What?
No one, right. And he's like, yeah, the phone used to hang on the wall. And so you'd have to hang up the phone, like hang it on the, and they're like, oh, I had no idea what that meant.
That's really kind of sad.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
Because like you remember when you used to like angrily slam your flip phone shut. That's
Yeah.
how you told someone you were. Like, "Ah!" You
Right.
shut it really fast.
But all they heard was the same click.
no, I
small
know,
click
but
on
it
the
made
other
you
end.
feel good. Like
did.
you were really hanging up on them.
Yeah. So that's the last.
Seinfeld once
Now it's just you hit the
Seinfeld
button.
once said he's like, you know, I kind of miss the old phones because before they did hang, they sat.
Yes.
Because the rotary phones sat. They were not hung on the wall. And he was comparing it to a rotary phone. He said, I will always have like an older style rotary phone. He said, because there's something to be said about getting into an argument. He's like, you know, at the time of this joke, he said, you know, with the cordless, battery operated big brick phone, he's like, you can't say, and another thing, and take that. Beep. He's like, there's something to be said about just throwing that down on the receiver. He's like, almost sometimes so hard that you made the bell ring.
Yes.
You know, you'd slam it down hard enough and go ding.
Oh yeah, you could hear the bell going inside.
As I recall, it was hanging on the wall started when it's changed from the rotary dial to the push button. Am I wrong about that?
You are wrong about that because technically the first phones hung on the wall.
Oh, you're talking
where
about
you're
the
like,
Yes.
Hello?
The old Edison phones.
KL5 2424.
Yeah. Those technically hung on the wall. So went from wall to countertop.
Yes,
back to
excuse
wall.
me, sir, but what's the phone number you're trying to reach? 5? I'm trying to reach 5. Hold on, please hold for connection.
Let me connect you to your party, please.
Hello?
Is this 5?
So, Todd, we are happy as hell that you're here.
I'm happy to be here.
You're here for a couple of weeks. We can't wait. We can't wait.
Wow.
Sounds like I am.
We can't
Yeah.
wait.
Wait,
We
what?
can't wait to have you back here again next week.
Next
for episode
week.
139.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be the two greatest weeks of our lives,
Yeah.
and we appreciate you putting in the time. And thanks again to Mary for letting you stay for
Doing the work.
2 weeks.
2 weeks straight. Yeah, and taking care of those dogs. And
I was able to charter a jet, the same jet, for 2 weeks in a row. So that worked.
Oh,
out.
wow.
yeah,
okay.
which probably lands you right in at the base of your waterfall when you return.
Thank you, Sir Richard.
Dude, do you understand?
I thought he had to fly into the private airport, then get helicoptered to the waterfall.
They did not. Your neighbors did not like the helicopter tonight.
He did say, he told me that
It's because it's still running in the backyard.
he did say because of the
That's not Jay-Z.
Do you know, So are you watching him? Like I watch him on camera every week, and we're watching him on camera. He's like, it's right on. But here he's like, hey, and I'm like, I can't make you quieter or louder. I don't know what to do.
You can't.
Yeah,
Can't silence
you're
the
trying to fuck with me.
You can't catch the wind, Bob.
I'll say, well, he needs his windscreen there to give him an idea of where his mouth needs to be. I think that's what he's missing. Because normally you're right against the windscreen.
My mouth is right where it's always supposed to be.
Not according to me right now, buddy. Come on over here.
Oh, no. So that's how the futon situation is going to be settled later tonight.
Oh, it's going to
Can
be
I-
a battle royale.
Can I come
tonight.
sit by you two? I'm getting a little uncomfortable
No,
right now.
we've done that before, Greg. You're too much of a big boy to sit in between us.
You know what?
fair.
I think
That's fair.
I think what we'll do,
Hey, buddy.
Greg. We can count on you to be back here next weekend, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
maybe next weekend what we'll do is have you and Todd switch, and then
Okay.
Cory and his
Why doesn't Greg just sit next to me?
his arch futon nemesis will sit next to him for the
I
entire
could sit
show.
next to Todd.
Yeah.
We'll switch
Well, hold on,
chairs,
and
so we'll
move
be the
Cory
same.
like that,
We'll be
yeah.
the same height.
Hey,
We'll
hold on,
switch
Cory would
chairs.
never.
Hold on.
You guys
Do
are guest. Well, you're a guest, so you're not moving me anywhere. Sorry.
First of all, Greg, you are a mountain of a man, and so is Todd. Do you not recall
A short mountain.
sitting next to Ken? Do you not remember sitting next to Ken at that tiny table last time? And you were
I
like,
do.
this is fucking horrible.
I did.
That table is smaller. We don't need to be putting the two biggest guys at that table.
No, I think that'd be hilarious.
Why not?
It'll be. We'll switch
Exactly.
chairs,
It's
and
like-
we'll make the same height.
I don't know if you were
This blanket's
You were-
gotten musty.
you weren't part of the podcast yet when we had them on. Was it? Was
No.
Todd?
Todd was.
So Todd Dillion, his first podcast is episode 112. It was on February 20th, which is about six months ago.
That's my first one?
Yep. Well, that was your first one. Your first regular, like you were now. Before that, you had been
Oh,
like
it's
a
after
special
my
guest.
promotion. It's after I got promoted.
You were. It was you became like assistant to the general manager.
Yes.
Right.
the assistant to the assistant.
Before we just had you as a phone a black friend. We used to
yeah.
have you call in
Yes.
for
Yes.
Yeah.
experience and advice.
clarification.
Yes.
Yep.
And then you told us that we needed
What
to
up with
black
those
it up
white
a little
people?
bit.
Yeah.
You need to put a little diversity in there.
Right.
Were those not your words?
No.
You're not wrong.
Here's
like something I'd
he
say.
goes. We're on the phone and he goes. Look. So I really appreciate all the movies that I've been assigned. There's like a lot of cool shit. And he read off a couple of them, like, Sound of Music and.
He was given the Sound of Music?
Lemony Snicket's Series of Unfortunate Events. But these movies are, you guys need to black it up a little bit. I've got a few ideas, and I'm like, no, we should, sure. We should do that.
We should black it up.
No one, yeah.
Bob's like, you have no idea how long I've been waiting for someone to tell me this.
That idea could not have come from me, but Todd Dillion,
Bob, what's that button that's always sitting next to the mixer that you never touch?
black.
Todd says that. Bob's like, oh.
Yeah, but that was 6 months ago.
Cory.
6 months.
Yeah, episode 112. I can't believe you made it this long.
I can't believe you guys haven't thrown me off.
Wait, can we throw him off?
Oh yeah,
I don't think so.
Is this at-will employment in Michigan?
most definitely.
But he's from out of state.
That doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's a
Well, yeah,
different W2.
But that episode, we had Greg and Ken sit there at that little table together, and I sat at this big table all by myself.
So, just for clarity,
Right.
you dickheads knew
Wow.
that I was chartering a plane,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
landing a helicopter,
Yep. And then taking a,
and
taking
then
a
you
jet boat.
decided, hey, and we're gonna give you the short, shitty table.
First of all, I was doing dishes upstairs, so I got nothing to do with where you're sitting.
That's some bullshit.
Plausible enough.
I would expect it a little bit of. I mean,
Little
since there was no
hospitality?
there was no red carpet for real.
I set up the tables,
The
but then
disrespect is-
I didn't. I don't know how you decided who sat where.
Why'd
didn't-
you
why
fuck
didn't,
me, Corey?
Why didn't you
It
sit
means
over
'cause
where
every-
Greg sit?
the ball keeps sliding around.
Okay. If that's the game we're playing right now, if that is the game we're playing,
It feels like the game we're playing.
let me pick Bob up real quick and throw him right under that fucking bus then, because your buddy was the one that I talked about with him the other night. He's like, dude, yeah, no, we can't have Todd's way too loud to be sitting next to a microphone like that. We have
Yes,
to have him.
I did say that.
God.
I did say that.
Oh, so now I'm uppity. Son of a bitch.
I'll tell you this, Todd. I'll tell you this. Next week,
I already suggested.
I'll
this.
give you the finest chair in the house.
All right.
All right? Which is this one right here. Not my lap, Cory.
I was hoping you were going to point to your face, but then
What?
But then you pointed to your lap instead, and it still threw me
Pointed
off.
to my chair.
I just saw this.
Yeah, no, I'd like to walk again, so Todd will not be
I
sitting
think
on my
I did
knee.
say the echo from his voice. He probably needs his own table.
Well, my feelings are hurt now twice over.
I tried to help Todd.
I suggested we sit together. I tried.
Thank you, Greg.
It was very brief,
Oh
but
no!
I did
First
try.
of all, you two guys cannot be on the same microphone input. That I think the universe might explode. 'Cause one of you barely is audible. The other one, I have to turn you down to like 10%. So
Yeah,
you guys do the math.
Seems
We'll
like an
figure it
even keel there.
It does.
I
It
think
seems like we'd be
we've
balanced.
always decided that the podcast takes precedence over your fucking feelings.
Well, then
So
perfect.
I think this is how we're going to go. I
next
retract my offer for you guys to switch next week. Here's where you're going to be.
No, next week they sit next to each other over there.
And Todd gets a nice chair.
I just said they cannot be in the
Oh.
I can't modulate their voice if they're on the same input.
Oh, gotcha.
The quietest and the loudest guy in the room should not sit next to each other.
Who's the loudest guy in the room?
It's your dumbass. That's who it is.
Wow. This was supposed to be a happy event.
I know.
No, I said right from the beginning. I said you expected we were going to be like, oh, Todd.
This is bullshit.
But then you do have the mics hooked up right for that correctly then, right?
No, I have him hooked up for right now. Todd's on his own input.
Okay, as long as he's on his own input.
Greg's
All
with
right.
me
Okay,
because
all right.
we're generally the two quieter ones.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just checking.
I don't like to share anyway.
No, I'm a professional. While Todd was scarfing down his food, I was actually trying to like prep the show.
They do
It's like
have
it-
like soft, sandy, gravelly voices, don't they?
You're welcome.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Could you
Like
imagine?
on your headphones, like I think I'm gonna try to go to sleep now, and I'm in this ear, and Greg's in this ear.
Could you? It's.
You're
I mean,
the best night's sleep you ever got.
honestly,
And to the grass.
if the three of us walked away for a minute and we were like, "Hey, Greg and Bob, just hold the show going for a little bit," it would be like Casey Kasem and Alan Allman like whispering to each other.
I was gonna say if I ever put on headphones at night and Greg or Bob or Greg and Bob together were in my headphones, I'd immediately never sleep ever again for the rest of my life.
Welcome to the ASMR aspect of the Schnozcast. This is Greg and Bob.
I think I
like
just
this
pooped a
idea.
little bit.
I think we might actually do really, really well. I bet within 2 weeks we have more audience members than the Schnozcast.
I know. I think you guys could schlep some sweaty balls.
I think we should.
I think it's
That's-
time for some soft talking with Greg and Bob. Soft talking.
Have this super loud intro and
Yeah.
then just our voices.
Were you thinking of Jive Talking by the Bee Gees?
Welcome to Soft Talking with Greg and Bob.
Soft Talking.
No, I was born in '83.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know anything about
Oh, so anything that happened before you were born? You,
No, there's nothing
Doesn't
else.
exist.
As I referenced Gene Kelly.
the
Yeah.
world started in
I was gonna say.
1983. Yeah. All right, Cory, let's do a little booze news.
And now it's time for booze news. A little booze news.
Biz news.
All right, this week for booze news. Who is Matthew Lewinsky? I'm not sure if you guys know, but in Macomb, Michigan, a 37-year-old man from Macomb was arrested after the dead body of his girlfriend was found at his home. The man said to be living with the corpse since December of 2020 after he murdered her during a fight. The man is facing charges of murder and mutilation after the body was discovered from his basement by the sister last week. I'm pretty sure we talked about this.
It feels like we did.
I think we did.
I think so.
Was I incorrect?
Yeah, I
But
think
that's
you were.
not Monica's brother, right?
No. So yeah, because we talked about it. We're like, you know, how could they smell this? You know,
Yeah.
remember the neighbor
Yeah.
smelled it, and then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sister went there.
Yep.
All right, so we got to revamp.
My bad, buddy. Or maybe that was a week that I showed up late because I do not remember that.
Maybe
That would make the most sense.
So the next for booze news is this: human safe wormholes could exist in the real world. A study finds. So sci-fi writers have long leaned on the wormhole as an important plot device. It's a quick way to get from characters from one point A to point B across a vast distance in space-time. Theorists like Albert Einstein and Kip Thorne have been pondering the existence of space-time portals for decades, but so far no one has been able to provide physical evidence of their existence. Two new studies published in the journals of Physical Review Letters and some other journal propose that wormholes are safe enough for humans to actually travel from one point to another, and they could exist in the real world. One of the main arguments against the existence of wormholes suggests that the portal's narrowest part, or neck, would likely collapse under the weight of its own gravity.
Exactly.
Is that,
Yes.
is that what they think?
That's exactly what would happen.
It says some theorists say that one way to sidestep the issue and prevent gravitational collapse would be to fill the wormhole with an exotic form of matter. What is an exotic form of matter?
Palm trees.
Dark matter.
Koi shit.
I don't know if I want to go to the other side. It's so nice over on this side with these palm trees.
I have a clarifying question.
Uh-huh.
So you said that Einstein and some other dude were pondering this.
Yeah.
Does that suggest that Albert Einstein is still alive?
No.
You said that they were pondering. Can you read that section?
Yeah. It says theorists like Albert Einstein and Kip Thorne have been pondering the existence of these space-time portals for decades.
Feels like that feels like they're still pondering.
They could be. So the question would be, is the wormhole from one point to the next, is that something completely different than time travel?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
So you couldn't wormhole into a different time.
No.
Okay.
He sounds very sure.
I am sure.
Yeah. So
this makes perfect sense.
so it says
It's just science, guys.
It is.
she blinded me with science. So it said that they fill the wormhole with exotic form of matter that has a negative mass, but this solution isn't as cosmological. Isn't a cosmological silver bullet. Such a form of matter is purely theoretical. And it goes on and on and on. But basically, not to bore you with a bunch of science news, but they believe that they can create human-safe wormholes, which is pretty fucking cool.
Absolutely.
Not to bore with you a bunch of science news, but here's Bob.
Yeah. And then there was hold on, someone talk about something else, and I gotta pull something.
Comedy gold, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Hold on a
Well,
second.
how about while we're doing booze news, we do
We'll
this?
do a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Booze news. Let's do some booze.
Yeah, Todd.
Yes, sir.
Can you tee the audience up for this? What do we normally do this every couple of times a show? What should they be doing while we're doing this shot?
Can I do my best Greg Gumtow imitation?
Yes.
No.
Yes. I like it. It's well done, sir. It's well done.
Hold on. I expect that from a special guest, but not from a co-host. So you flew 3,000 miles just to say, nope, I don't want to help you introduce this segment.
Yes.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers,
I don't know
everybody.
what's going on. One more short booze news, and then
Shabuya.
Shabu.
we can
Shibuya.
Is it Shibuya?
Shibuya.
Shibuya. Wasn't that? Yeah. What is that?
Last episode.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, anyway.
So it says 12-year-old's 34-hour swinging record attempt is underway currently in New York.
Swinging like multiple
Swing
partners.
dancing?
He's 12.
Swing dancing.
Yeah, so nope, swinging on a swing. Who would have thought?
Okay.
Dude,
I'm with you.
I swung way more than that when I was younger.
What?
At one
What?
time?
Okay. So that's why I asked. Define swinging.
Swinging on a swing.
Got
With
it.
like
Children.
other couples?
Got it.
Children.
With other. How big is this swing?
So it says a New York boy is attempting to set the Guinness World Record by spending almost a day and a half on a swing in his family yard.
That's it.
Eh,
What a little
Did you have
bitch.
to be swinging the whole time, or did you sit?
oh, you have to be swinging.
That's the-
Well, you could always just sit on the
Does he
swing.
have to be? Hey, Bob.
Yeah, Todd.
Fuck you.
All right. Okay.
Should we move the mic towards him a little?
I mean, he
It's-
could do that.
I could do
He's
it.
a big boy.
Okay.
It's a double-edged sword, Corey.
I'm here. I'm
He's
back.
got a whole setup in his basement.
I'm back.
It's not like this is foreign to him.
I'm back.
Well,
right.
it can't be that great of a setup because we never see him in his basement because he's got the Oval Office window behind him every time we see him on
I'm
camera.
back.
Oh, it's a walk-up
Green
basement.
screen. Green screen.
At the base of a waterfall.
I'm back.
You can see the helicopter landing in Jurassic Park behind him by that waterfall.
Todd's back.
I'm back.
So it says Sean Lewis, 12 of Rochester, New York, got in the got on the swing at 7 a.m. Thursday and is aiming to swing for 34 hours, taking a 20-minute break every 4 hours, which is in keep with the record.
Come on.
Okay,
This is crap.
That's trash.
First of
do you
all,
have a swing in your yard? Because we can break that bitch tonight. I'm going to break
no,
that
I don't have a swing in my yard.
Is there Kmart still
He's going to
around?
be here for a week. Get one put in.
Let's drive out to Kmart, pick
think-
us up a swing, and I'll swing on that bitch and break this kid's record and break his heart.
I think Kmart's out of business.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are no Kmarts anymore.
Yeah,
Secondly,
that's true. That's true.
What's the record for breaking the swing? Because I think you have a different break in mind than what that kid did.
You lost me.
He's making weight jokes.
He's a weightist.
He's a weightist, exactly.
So that's what you are.
That's very funny, Corey. Make fun of me for my disability. You skinny fuck. How many people are calling you that every day?
Hold on. Watch this. Watch this. I have the ability to insult both of you at the same time. Corey's not used to. He's always used to being the biggest one in the room. So this is like the first time he's able to rip on somebody else. So he's usually the butt of the jokes.
No, not even close.
Todd's like, I think I'm going to take off.
Todd's texting the helicopter pilot. He's like, hey, get that going.
Yeah.
Katie seems to
Get
have
to
some
the
inside
chopper.
information here on YouTube.
Whoa. We'll have to edit that later. Greg's swing is in his bedroom.
Yes.
It's true. She can't take it down now. I already put it up on the screen. It's on the internet forever.
So now she's not going to retract it?
It's funny though that
She
she
can't.
didn't call it a sex swing. She just said a swing.
Yeah.
Which I feel is like, not. I
Just
feel
a
like you have
regular
normal
swing.
kid swing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, Greg.
I was
Greg
thinking tire swing.
Greg has the perfect combo of both. You go in Greg's room, it is just a child's swing, but it's a nice furry seat, and then there's cuffs attached to the chains that on the side.
Do you
You
understand?
promised
furry
you wouldn't
cuffs?
tell anybody.
Okay.
If Greg is swinging in a bedroom, that just means that both sides of the drywall have holes in them every time he goes back and forth. One of his limbs are hitting something.
This is true.
This is amazing. You imagine what you would have to secure that to? Jesus. So it says, when I put the rope up years ago, my son just fell in love with the swing. I think one day he was thinking that maybe there might be a record associated. No, he wasn't. Well, your kid, when you put up a swing in the backyard, yeah, your kid was peering out the window thinking there's going to be a record associated with that swing.
Yeah.
No.
That's dumb.
Get out of here.
That's dumb.
So the current Guinness World Records for swinging apparently is set by a New Zealander, Amy Pivot, is 32 hours and 3 minutes.
Yeah, but he takes a break every 4 hours, right?
This kid does. Lewis said he wants to go for 34 hours, but also beat an unofficial record of 33 hours set by the New Zealander or the Kiwi. And that's it. So there's no update. We'll have to look this up because this literally just happened on the 27th. So we'll have to follow this story.
I thought that's what we've been doing.
Well, but it's not
Look to
completed.
follow it more.
Yep,
All
it's
right.
not completed yet.
Fair enough.
I think
Next
it's a
week,
form
I
of.
think we beat this little bastard's record.
I think it's a form of child abuse.
Wait till he gets the record.
Exactly.
And then we'll.
snatch
By
it
the
away
time-
from
We'll
him.
get him.
By the time his award comes in,
Yes.
it'll be no more.
He probably made it like 2 hours and was like, "I'm hungry," and then got off the
Where's
swing.
my
And they're like,
Xbox?
"Oh, you don't have to stand for another 2 hours, Billy."
Dude, could you imagine? I mean, honestly, could you
Of course his name is Billy. Of course it is.
you imagine he starts at like 2 p.m. and all of a sudden it gets nighttime and like there's a thunderstorm or something. The parents are like, "Have a good night swinging," and they go upstairs. Like, he's not staying out there. Parents should be locked up.
I wonder if there has to be like a Guinness World Record representative there
Feels like
to watch the whole thing. Could you imagine being there? Like,
They
always.
have
So what's
to.
so
Or they
what's
have to-
your job?
or they have to video
I'm
it.
Watching some kid
Oh no,
swing
no, no! I don't
for
even think
34
video.
hours.
That doesn't qualify.
The Guinness Book of World Records will not take
They-
a video submission.
No.
For
Yeah,
anything.
they have to have adjudicator, don't they?
Yep. On the premises. Yeah.
I wonder.
A
I
terrible
wonder how
job.
often they like drive out to watch people fail and,
All
like,
the time.
and like
Unless-
miserably.
All the
Unless you're
time.
getting paid by the hour. Could you imagine that? Oh, watch this kid for 34 hours. I'm getting paid for it all.
Have you ever
Well,
Let's
these are
go.
world records, Todd. What do you think the likelihood is that they're going out and everywhere where they're like, "Yep, beat the record."
Haven't you?
Yep, another record crushed.
Haven't
Like,
you
there's a lot of failure.
Haven't you seen the adjudicators on LA Beast? They are dressed to the nines. They show up in suits and
God, I haven't watched LA Beast in a long time. I'm really surprised.
have a good day.
the last time months ago when we were at Elko Ray's that Cory didn't put LA Beast up on the TV for us to watch. It's
been so long since I've done that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't come to the mind right away anymore.
So that is the hodgepodge of booze news this week.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever,
Eva.
In person, 90 Second Sports with Todd Dillion. Now, we do not, something has happened to the mixer, and the 90 Second Sports lead-in sound isn't working.
What?
I'm just telling you. I tried to fix it. I'm like, there's firmware updates involved, and I'm
Interesting.
like, do I really want to fuck with the mixer at this late date? We were already late to start. So,
it's amazing. It's the audio file I made.
We could.
Wait a minute.
Amazing it happened on the
Wait a minute.
podcast where you guys were fucking with the mixer and I wasn't here. But
Clarifying question.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
Todd, get on your plane and come and visit us.
Yeah.
So we can shit you at this shitty table that's 1 foot off the ground. Bitch at you about your mic being too close, too far, too close, too far. Then say, hey, and do your segment.
I love
90
how
Second
all of this
Sports.
is our fault.
And, oh yeah, we're not going to play the intro for it.
Okay.
This is some low budget bullshit.
He's going for 20, the 40, and it's 90 Second Sports.
There you go.
And Todd,
I guess
I'd
that's
like
okay.
everybody to remember what he just said, and now I want you to open this.
You got scissors?
Come on, you fucking bitch. Open the package.
He actually, the last look was an actual look of like, oh, wait a second.
It's gonna blow up here.
It's a 90 second timer.
Nice.
Yeah. So shake all that shit down to the bottom. Now,
All right.
because you flew 3,000 miles, I procured a specific timer that is meant for 90 seconds.
Well done, sir.
So you got to put it on, somehow take the box and see if you can stand it up. Maybe you can put it on top of the box. No. Put the box on the table. Put the
Right there. There you go. That's good. Perfect.
Yeah, so that it's on camera.
So when we start the 90 seconds, you
And then you flip it over.
That doesn't
Okay,
seem like that's going to work.
Close the box. This should not be that hard. Okay, so Todd, you ready to go? You don't need Nick anymore. Now you time your own self.
Wow. First the audio file. Now I'm just dropped right out of
Sorry,
this segment.
what's your name again?
Exactly.
All right, Todd. 90 Second Sports starts whenever you're ready.
Oh, it's whenever I want.
You
Yeah.
got the timer.
Whatever. You got the timer.
Oh, I love this.
Do you need a
So,
clarify?
no. This
Corey,
perfect.
what the fuck
So
have I been doing?
Wait a minute.
It's
so
like-
I can go as long as I
Oh,
want.
I
about sports.
speak
Hey, how about
English,
those Detroit Lions? Because I haven't started this yet. I have like 90 minutes sports.
This is a bad idea.
We can mute
That
your
would have
mic
been
until-
last week.
I
Last
can
week
mute
we
your
could have
mic
had
until
90-minute sports.
I'm muting Todd's mic until he's ready to go. So,
I'm ready to go.
okay, there we go.
But when do I start? I need Nick to make me start.
No, you don't.
I do.
Okay, this should not be this hard.
I don't think I think the whole idea of the segment, he's not supposed to know when it's up. He can't just sit there and watch the same.
I'm going to watch it, but that's okay.
He won't watch it. He'll wait till you notice that it's out.
Would you feel better if Nick was in charge of the timer?
Yes,
Toss it back over then.
but I don't want to.
Then I don't know what the fuck else you want from me then. I brought you a timer.
Take your,
Now you
take your damn time. I didn't come in to get yelled at. You greedy son of a bitch. Hey, don't you need this box to drop?
fuck you and your box.
All right. So
Jesus
Corey,
H. Christ.
This is
That was worse than any fucking girlfriend first Christmas present I ever gave to anybody.
and you've had a lot of those.
Yeah. Yeah, they were all shitty. Well, all but one, baby.
It's hard when every December is the first.
Why is he breaking it?
oh.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, do you want it to be on camera, Corey, or did you switch it yet?
Not
what?
yet.
You know what? I don't give a shit at this
Okay.
point. Let's
all
just
right.
do this.
Ready? 90 Second Sports starts now.
I can't see it.
Too bad.
What the fuck?
It's already started.
So it's the start of football season, and I'm super excited. We got a couple more preseason games to go, and then we can draft we can all draft our fantasy football teams. But there's something bigger in sport that's coming up soon. And as for those people who golf today, us true golfers know that the Ryder Cup is one of the biggest things going. The U.S. versus the world, Europe, in golf. And there's been a little bit of drama around the Ryder Cup this year, though. You know, Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau don't like each other. And so we have this whole setup where these two are fighting all the time, right, Greg? And
I hope they play together. I hope they match them up. Because that's going to be very interesting.
Exactly. That is the thing that's going to happen because Brooks Koepka called Bryson DeChambeau's mother a monkey. And
Wait, what?
yeah.
Oh, this is going to get good.
Yeah.
This is gonna get
Remember,
good.
90
I have
seconds.
not been following this. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt. You had my interest, but now you have my attention.
Yes. and then Brooks, he threw back at Bryson that he poked his mom. And these guys.
Yes, on Facebook.
Yes.
Poked her.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
These are golfers.
Oh, these are
Yes,
professional
this
golfers.
is
This
golf.
is playing out
This is
on
golf.
live
Yeah.
TV most
Yes.
weeks.
Not
And that's
WWE.
90 Second Sports. Sorry, time's up.
I really want to hear the end of this.
That's up. Time's up.
God damn it.
We're going to have to test that because that seemed really
It's
quick.
a 90-second
was-
timer.
I know.
I don't think it is.
Did you peel
I
the sticker
think
off?
that was legit.
You
I
think
think
so?
it was legit.
Yeah.
No, once he peeled the sticker off it, I think it's a 37-second time.
I did peel the sticker off.
Let air come in, just let it.
Yeah.
It's clearly a company that makes a shit ton of different timers because it had 90 second and a little white like inspection
they
sticker
do.
on
They
it.
make 30, 60, 90, 120. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
was it
I-
off of Wish
Was
or
it-
Alibaba?
I say that was pretty legit. I'd say it was spot on.
It's got a 20%
Would you have imagined
chance of
that
error.
merely me like doing an Amazon search for a 90-second timer and actually finding one would have resulted in the shit show that you just witnessed?
No.
I'm testing it. I'm testing it out. So we'll see.
Okay. We're good.
Hey, back to sports. So Koepka is
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Todd, I don't know how this ends. Did he poke her?
You can hear
on
about
Facebook.
more
He poked her.
on
Next weekend.
TikTok.
Oh,
TikTok.
What's your
TikTok.
TikTok for the what's your
TikTok?
TikTok for the
D's nuts.
Yeah.
_3232.
Hey, used kids, are you still on TikTok?
Now, all right, you want to spell the D's nuts?
DEEZ NUTZ _3232.
All right. So after our podcast, do you actually go out and ever?
Of course I do.
Okay. Well,
Why
heard-
would you
heard
say?
it.
Why are you doubting?
dare
it?
you?
Because I'm opening you up now for like if you're not, you're kind of fucked.
Oh,
Sometimes
I didn't know. I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. So what?
I have no.
What is happening?
there's a bunch of assholery going around in here.
I just want to make sure you're actually doing
So-
what you. Yeah.
question for you though on the mixer? Are we also missing Funko this?
No, I think we have that one.
Oh,
Interesting.
Dude, I wasn't here last week, so I don't know what the fuck you guys did.
I wasn't here last week.
Are
We
you
weren't
ready?
here
Are
last
you-
week either.
you deleted my stuff.
No, in your basement. In your basement.
In your
Yeah, we
basement.
were at your house.
I
1 minute.
I can't.
1
I'm
minute.
not blaming on anybody.
1 minute and 23 seconds.
Oh, so close.
man, we got
Todd,
hosed.
Todd, you have 7 more seconds.
You know what?
We got hosed.
Hold on. Ready? Go.
Yeah. And Brooks Koepka's dad, he is in love with a porn star who's on the. That felt like
Oh, you
7
joke.
seconds. Sorry.
I did it,
7
joke.
seconds.
I
He
wasn't
blew
ready.
it. He
I
had the
wasn't ready.
perfect client and he
90
blew
Second
it.
Sports
ready.
is officially over.
I wasn't ready.
All right.
You guys.
It's Cory's turn.
Fucko this. Fucko this. Fucko this.
Can I just ask a clarifying question? Todd, is that you harmonizing in the background too?
With yourself.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's
It
not.
is. I
Is
swear
that
to
you
God.
going, ooh, oh my
yes.
God.
Go this.
Are you
I
serious?
swear to God.
See? So, 90 Second Sports.
What did you do?
I didn't do a thing.
It worked when we did it 2 weeks
Look,
ago.
Killer Robot doesn't work. This other booster
Well, we're
doesn't
not
work.
really
I'm just
losing
saying.
any sleep about the killer.
Oh, yeah, your 90 Second Sports theme is gone. Fucking cocksuckers.
I didn't know that was. I thought that was some like audio file, and you were just.
Anyway, 90 Second Sports is done. Now we're moving to Funko This with Cory Selesky.
So this week's Funko this is another twofer. David and Moira Rose
I don't
from
know who
Schitt's
the
Creek.
Fuck. Okay.
You've never seen Schitt's Creek?
I have not.
Oh,
dude.
wow.
So Todd, you've seen Schitt's Creek?
I
know you
have.
have. Yeah.
Yep.
amazing show.
Yes.
This was our kind of our secondary biggest collection from our Funko collection.
Sorry, what?
The Funko, the Office collection.
That's where you're sinking all your money into the Office.
That's number 1.
Okay.
Schitt's Creek is number 2.
How many Schitt's Creek characters do you think you have?
There's the original 4.
What's the mayor's name? That's my favorite dude.
Why does it look like Eugene Levy?
Rolling shit.
Yeah.
Roll.
The crazy part is he's watched the show. It's not the first time he's heard those words
And I
in
can't
that
remember,
order.
but I'm like, as soon as I say it, Roland.
Yeah, this is Mayor Rolling shit.
Okay.
So this was one of Danielle's pickups that she ordered. Again, the 2-pack, awesome to have. Great show. Our second biggest part of our collection, but there is a huge but to this week's Funko This.
Okay.
Since Todd is in studio, and we have Nick here as well as usual.
Oh boy.
I'm waiting for Nick to sit back down because I need to present him with this. But
He's being presented.
so as you know, I usually come across some of the shows that Nick likes and enjoys.
Yeah.
That I add to his Funko collection.
don't-
And
He doesn't have a Funko collection.
guess what?
No,
You
I
are
think
slowly
you do.
getting
I'm looking at it
there's
right
some
now.
right there.
Yeah, he needs a Joey.
We stumbled across
got a
one. He's
Joey.
got a Jody.
Yeah.
Joey.
Yeah.
Do you have Monica?
No.
Oh no. Oh, did you just tee him up?
No.
So this week when we were out and about, I found this for you, buddy.
What? Okay.
Is it a
What
Seinfeld one?
Here.
Another Seinfeld?
That is just awful.
Wow.
That's horrible.
That was
That
great.
was the most unathletic toss I've ever seen.
You know.
I mean, I don't know many sports.
If you were a
In general,
child
that they throw
on
boxes.
a field, I'd tell you to give up sports.
I did.
I would,
Stick
I
at
would buy
school.
you a book subscription. that was the worst.
I would enroll you in Scholastic's book club in a month.
Yes.
I would.
I didn't have much
And
room to work
deliberately
with
pick
here.
out no sports books.
Exactly. You should never do anything athletic.
Here's a science book.
Dude, that's
Just
awesome.
stick with this.
So
Let's see if Bob can tell what it is just by looking at
Oh, the Pez.
it.
that's why I
The
asked you,
Tweety Pez. Yeah.
and that is why I asked you the other day about if there was significance to the Pez episode,
Oh, yeah.
because I
Yeah.
actually looked it up and I saw it because there was one other one. It was just like a generic one of him,
Right.
but this is actually a very collectible version.
Have you seen the Pez episode?
I pulled it up on YouTube.
Oh, okay. You watched it?
Because I
All right.
needed to know if it had actual significance.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I asked Nick a couple days ago. I was like, "Hey, dude, Seinfeld. There's a thing with Pez," and he told me the entire episud. I'm like, "Okay, so yeah,
Sure,
sure."
yeah, from start to finish. I'm
Yes,
sure
he did.
Yeah.
So I'm
with
like,
the
well-
voices and everything.
I'm like,
sure.
"Well, good. Then I got the right Funko for him."
Yeah.
But the one that I'm very, very excited about.
Thank you, buddy.
No problem. Todd.
There's more?
There's more.
Jesus Christ.
But wait.
Todd, you're in town,
I am.
and you've been asking for a certain
Stanley.
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 Look how excited he is.
So what Danielle and I did for you,
I'll help you out.
we got you
Oh,
a
no.
Florida Stanley.
Oh, that is
Jesus
freaking
Christ.
awesome.
So
Well, so much for the battle royale tonight. They're just going to spoon on the futon, and that'll be that.
Florida Stanley don't
so
give a
disappointed.
Oh
fuck.
my gosh, Florida Stanley is badass Stanley.
I will also let you know too that at the last minute I'm like,
I can't keep the
shit, I'm like,
endless love theme out of my head right now. Just looking at the two guys.
I'm like, Todd's gonna be here this weekend. I tried finding a Stanley everywhere this week and could not find one. So
I'll be your fool.
Did you drive like to Cleveland to get that?
I almost drove to Toledo because that was the closest I could find.
You could have just asked us. We were in Toledo.
But when I was telling Danielle about it, she's like, "Well, I had an idea," and I was like, "I did too," and I think we have the same idea. She's like, "Well, you go first." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Now if I'm
Butt sex.
Now if I'm
what was
wait-
your idea?
And the idea was butt sex. They were having butt sex.
I'm like, if I'm way up,
1, 2,
Funko.
1, 2, 3, butt sex. Oh my god!
but I'm like,
The great part is she's upstairs right now.
Cory's like, no, not with you, Danielle, with me. She's like, oh, I know. As long as we're on the same page.
that'd be fine.
Yeah.
But
Get
I was
ahead,
like,
get ahead of the pain.
I was like, wait, hang on. I'm like, don't let me say something stupid here. And her be like, why would you ever think that? Like butt sex.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, what I was thinking, since we couldn't find a Stanley on short notice, that is actually from our collection to you.
Oh my God.
And I opened it up.
That's
You
fine.
did. You unboxed
I
it.
did.
No, that's right. I just hope I get one episode with Stanley behind you on
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a black superhero.
that's but yeah, that is from our collection.
Danielle actually
That's awesome.
Danielle actually knows nothing about this.
I'm my way out to be like,
That
"You're-
son of
you're
a
not
bitch
taking
just
that
gave
home."
our.
Yeah.
She, she goes home and turns on like the warehouse lighting. Just sees a noticeable spot. Where's 1192?
It's 10:06.
Right.
But no, she was on the same page. She said, she's like, yeah, she's like, I'd love for Todd to have it, and he's been asking about it.
Thank
So
you.
That's to add to your collection.
Thank you. Absolutely. He'll be displayed prominently because freaking Florida Stanley is definitely a superhero.
So
You did say that there would be beers and tears.
Yeah,
Tonight.
I did.
And I was going to ask you why would there be tears, but now I know.
Oh, there'll
Apparently,
be tears.
you knew this was going to happen.
so that's Funko this for this
Awesome.
week, everyone.
Awesome.
All right.
Bob, yours is in the works. You're on a whole
fine.
other level of
Yeah.
Funkos.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's a much lower level. All right. We also don't have the audio for Nick's existential question.
What?
It's amazing that these are very
Existential.
Dude, I
Nick-centric.
didn't do a thing to this music.
Existential.
There it is.
Oh wow!
Question of the week.
I guess thank you for that. So, Cory, were all the sounds, weren't they like working well when it was just you and me?
They were working just fine.
Okay, so the denominator is going to Bob's house.
He asked me what I did to the mixer. I was like,
Uh-huh.
I didn't touch anything on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what occurred that those are gone now.
I do not know.
I didn't. I didn't touch any of that.
Okay,
Okay.
so Nick's existential question of the week is: I wish I had the like Punjabi music in the background.
I know.
Christ. That's so racist.
I don't
I was
think-
just gonna say, is that racist?
Yeah, I don't think
need
that's.
a-
I don't think that's preferred nomenclature.
As
but
Jerry Seinfeld would say, how can it be racist if you like the race? It's not true.
Well, he's the authority.
Exactly.
So here we
Oh,
go.
Jesus.
Here we go.
This existential question of this week is: if you could kill the pet of anybody you know, whose pet would it be and why?
What?
Yep. I laughed really loud at that. It's such a great question, but it's
okay.
also horrible. So if you don't want to name drop, that's fine. You can just say what the pet is.
I don't have one. I
No?
don't know. Yeah.
No one ever had like an annoying
No one
gerbil,
ever, or people that I know.
an annoying gerbil in college that used to squeak on the running
so
wheel
this
all the
pet
time.
could conceivably already be dead by now?
Sure, yeah,
Oh.
that's fine.
Yeah,
What
absolutely.
if can I tell a story about how a pet died mysteriously? So I can retread something that's already happened?
Sure.
Sure. Closer to the mic.
Fuck off.
Dude.
Did you hear that?
Not sure why.
Could you hear that?
Okay.
Don't blame the questions.
All right. So moving on. Anyone else? Greg, you got a pet you want to kill?
I can't say that I do at the moment.
No?
Let me think about it for just.
Yeah, it'll come to you.
I'm sure there's one somewhere.
Yeah.
Corey?
Any cat I ever come across.
I knew I could
Any
count on
cat.
Cory.
Any cat.
So it's up to Nick. Are you looking for him to name a specific cat?
No, we don't want to.
Yeah, I'm like, what did a cat do to you?
It was a cat.
What did it do to you?
Doesn't have to do
It's
anything to
very
me.
cat-like. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Has to-
it's an apex predator. You don't respect that?
Has to be in my presence, look at me, be around me, look like a cat. That's about it. Those are the only qualifications.
Yeah.
I would probably say for mine it would have been, I can't remember the dog's name, but it was a dog, but it was a very, very horrible dog that used to, I mean, if you even brushed up against this, it was one of those little tiny dogs. If you even brushed up against it, it would bite your ankles, and it would, if you came near its food, anything. It was the most miserable dog ever, but I believe that dog's dead now anyhow, so. But that would be my pick.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It was a miserable, it was not a good dog. You couldn't pet it. You couldn't call it to you.
There's
Wouldn't
no
do
such
anything.
Wait a
thing
minute,
as bad
could
dogs,
somebody-
only bad owners.
Exactly. And could somebody
Yeah.
else pet it?
No, not that we ever saw.
So the owner of the dog couldn't pet it.
Not that I saw. It was a miserable, angry dog.
He needed more love
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and exercise.
I got my kids, Cecilia in particular, I got her a goldfish once.
You want to kill a goldfish? That's easy. Put it in the toilet. Flush.
Yeah, his name was, I named the goldfish, and I called it Slappy. And
Why did you
Well,
name your
exactly.
daughter's goldfish?
because she couldn't think of one, and I'm like, I got a name.
Did you take it out of the water when you initially would call it so it knew its name? Because it can't hear
I
through
don't
the water.
recall,
Like that.
but that's the only beast I could think of that I guess
Slappy?
if one of them's got to die, that'll be the one.
Hey, Cecilia,
Really?
Slappy.
see what happens
What
when
did
you.
Slappy do to you?
No animal that I ever knew ever did anything to me, but I have to pick one. I guess I'm going
Wasn't
with the
Slappy do a dog?
Scrappy did.
Scrappy
Oh,
do.
that's right.
There was a
so,
cat.
so close.
There was a cat next door to me when I grew up that
Yeah.
got a hold of my dog once that I could have probably killed at that
Yeah.
time.
So that's a great justification.
It's not great.
It's not great, but I would have done it in the heat of the moment. I'd have done it.
I wish I
Yeah.
had that
I can
justification.
understand that. I'm just saying it's not a great.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to murder your pet.
So
Well, it's hypothetical, number one, but number two, if there was any pet in my past that had done me wrong, or my kids, or any of my past pets, I would have picked that. But there isn't. So Greg had. Well, I was hoping that I had something like that, but I don't. So I got to go with a goldfish.
Well, and it's funny too because mentioning your kids and pets, we always terrorized my dad over the years for a long, long time with pets would die and we'd be sad, but then we wanted new ones, and he was always like, "No, we're not getting any more because then they die and I have to take care of it, and you guys are sad, I have to deal with that. So we're like, let's just not deal with that." But of course, we always would. But when I was like 4, I wanted some goldfish when we went to the store the one day, and so my parents bought 2 little 10-cent feeder fish that would die.
They're diseased fish.
Yeah, through
Did you name these fish?
Bert and Ernie.
Nice.
And they thought like, yeah, no big deal. That in 4 days he'll be bored with them. They'll be dead. We can toss them, and excellent.
They lived for 4 years.
They cost 10 cents a piece. And 14 years later, Bert and Ernie.
14?
That's awesome. They probably ate like $4,000 worth of fish food.
You had goldfish for 14 years?
And
What?
That
the
is
fuck?
impressive. No joke.
on
That is.
on everything. I swear it's true. You can ask my mom; she will tell you the horror stories of my dad every time he would take that tank down in the basement.
You have to clean it, or what?
Well, it started with just in a little bowl that was not didn't have anything, and they started outgrowing that.
Do you know how big those fish were?
They,
after 14 years?
each one was about that
Oh
big.
my God.
wow.
And I can't remember which one lived longer. But he was
Oh, it's gotta
eventually
be Ernie.
He was no longer gold. He was completely silver, like almost bent in half, and would swim really weird. And his eyes, he had cataracts that were out to here. But he lived
You
through
got to
it.
get the food.
He was just
He would
feeding him.
you dump feed in there. He would swim right to it and eat it.
but he's praying for death every day.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sure.
Most
For
likely.
years.
So was my dad. Every time he had to go downstairs and
I
clean
can't
that.
believe your dad didn't somehow plot to
Every
like
Kills
poison
goldfish.
these fish.
Well, after they get so big, you can't just flush them. At that point, it's like
No, you take them out and you carve
eat
them
them.
with a knife, like it was.
What do you gotta
is
eat?
Like
that
it was a salmon.
Is that where your dad got the silver scale slippers?
Yeah, that's dude. Every weekend he'd take those downstairs and he'd have to dump out the tank, and then all the rocks and all the little things we had in the tank.
Good Lord.
Strain it all out. Have them in a separate bowl.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then
Thousands
Just
of
imagine,
dollars worth of stuff for
him
20 cents.
grumbling every weekend.
That's perfect.
He's like, I'm gonna be into this about $4 with the bowl, everything, and he's like,
oh, I think they went through like 4 tanks.
Oh man.
And then again, they had to start getting the actual, oxygenated water and all that, and a filter to have them in, and
Yeah.
So they were not cheap. They were not 20-cent feeder
I
fish
now
anymore.
have a new idea. Everybody who I know who's got little kids, every gift from now on will be 2 10-cent feeder fish.
Here, 14 years later.
Yeah.
Thanks, Uncle Todd.
So what was the time difference between the two of them dying?
I want to say like a year almost.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. I never would have thought.
Probably too big to flush too.
Oh yeah, well, way too big.
Too late to eat too.
A little too small to eat, but
Too late to eat.
didn't really look that appetizing near the end.
That fish fry Friday was fantastic. So what we did is we took Bert and we put him in the freezer, and then when Ernie died, we had a fish sandwich.
It was enough for one of us.
Yeah.
So can I give mine now? My
Yeah.
turn yet?
Sure.
Yep.
So this is hypothetical because I would never kill anybody's pet.
Boring. Make it real.
It's real
Do it. Do it. Kill a pet tonight.
because I didn't actually kill the pet, but if I did want to. So
we're
one
going somewhere.
of my college roommates had he made the stupid decision of actually keeping his psychology rat, which if you know anything about rats, they're super, super smart. But the worst thing about rats is they can be trained. So my knucklehead roommate brought home an educated rat as a pet. And within a couple of weeks, he could figure out how to get out of his cage. And if anybody has actually seen rats in action, they can scale walls and beams. They actually are like little superheroes.
I love that channel.
Yeah.
Rats in action.
Yes.
Watch it all the
I
time.
fall asleep to it every night.
And my roommate's rat liked Todd Dillion. He bonded with me. He was like super friendly, and it was cute at first. But he would.
It's all that cheese you kept around your balls.
Well, no, he kept. But he would. And then he was able to get out
Ramanda.
of his cage and then scale the loft, get into my bed, and then he'd hang around it. And mice, like other rodents, don't hold their poop or pee, so he'd like little piddle on everything and drop little rat shits all over my bed. And I'm like, well, this was funny at first, but now this little bastard keeps coming up and shitting and peeing all over my bed that I have to sleep in. And so we started putting books and everything to keep this rat because
Rats don't want to shit on books.
Was he well read
Did you
or?
cover
no,
your-
we had to because the rat was in an aquarium with a cover on.
Cory.
It.
Right.
And he could diagnose multiple ways to actually move the cover off so that he could escape. So he'd go into my bed and pee and shit. So we had to put books on there to actually weigh it down so that he just wasn't physically strong enough to actually.
Did that work?
It did.
They'll
but
still figure out a way around it.
Yeah.
He became so smart from
did.
reading.
It did. He wasn't able to
Did
get
he
out of
tunnel his way out?
He didn't make it out for several months. But one day when he did get out, the next day he died. And
What?
so I don't know if he overexerted himself, but some people thought that
There could have been rat poison in those books.
there could have been a rat killed because the rat got out and peed and pooped on my bed.
Interesting.
That didn't happen.
No.
Thought you killed
Are you
her.
clearing the air right now?
Yeah, he's confessing.
I'm
here.
just saying.
Are you?
Wait, are you confessing or are you saying you're innocent?
He's
Well, it sounds like you're asking us whether or not this happened.
No, I know what happened.
Okay.
I'm just telling you, if there was an animal that I would have killed, it would have been that one, but I didn't kill it. It just happened to die the day after it got out and peed and pooped on my bed.
Complete coincidence.
I have a feeling we need to do a little bit more investigating on this story.
Okay. Where were you that night,
But-
Todd?
In my bed.
In my bed.
Todd drove to Poughkeepsie. All right, little buddy, run free.
My sisters had 4 rats altogether. They're very smart.
Yeah.
I give them that much.
They're very dirty.
Yeah, well, when they're shitting all over your bed, yeah, that's
Or spreading a plague that knocks out half of Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
a good thing we're not in Europe.
Oh, and a little bastard every Halloween would eat my. He would bite. I'd like buy
Wait
the
a
little.
second. Hang on, Todd. Hang on. I'm going to cut you off here. So you mean to tell me that this rat, like I just told you, self-admittingly, that rats are very smart. They're intelligent little creatures. But are you telling me that this rat would wake up every day and look at its calendar? Wake up? Nope, not today. Not today. And then on the 31st of October, he would wake up and be like, son of a bitch,
it's time.
Today's the day.
it's here.
No.
Halloween.
I'm not gonna make that thing. Although I didn't think it was very much aware of the seasons because here's the thing.
Little sweaters on. and
No. Hear me out for a sec. I'll only go on a little bit further.
Drinking a pumpkin spice latte.
So I'm not a big donut fan. I'm not even a big apple cider fan.
Maybe
But
you shouldn't have been giving it circus peanuts.
Every Halloween, I make a point of buying a bag of those little cinnamon donut holes and a big jug of cider.
Yeah.
Because I think that is a great kind of pre-Halloween thing. And so in college, when money was sparse, I started that ritual back then. But like I said, Mr. Rat that could get out, he would get out. And if he'd like eaten like 6 or 7 of my little donut holes, it wouldn't have been a big deal. That little motherfucker took a bite out of every donut hole. He didn't finish one. And so I was like, I'm not eating a donut hole after the fucking rats had it. That little bitch, he didn't finish one whole donut hole. He just bit a little bite out of every one of them.
Joke's on you, really.
Did this rat have a name?
I don't know what Pinkerton calls rat. It was a white rat.
Bubonic.
I don't remember. Honestly, don't remember his name.
Okay.
But I did not kill your rat, Pat. That was a coincidence.
Trust me, he's not
Total
listening.
coincidence.
He's not listening.
I'm not sure if we all buy it. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have to do a little bit of
It
investigating
was
on
just
this.
the rat. I think it had lived a long and full life, and it just died.
And whose rat was it?
Pat Pinkerton's.
Well, luckily, Todd, we've got Pat on the phone right now.
He killed my rabbit.
Okay.
Wait, this is
Consensus on
Let's get a little deeper.
consensus on the live stream is that you 100% killed the rat.
I didn't touch that rat.
So you had a rabbit.
It was very unfortunate that I found the rat dead. It was very, very traumatic to me as well.
Okay, OJ, Jesus
you
Christ.
should probably have worked on your alibi a
Yeah,
little bit
that's-
better.
That's the weirdness of it. I didn't touch the rat.
You don't have to touch the rat to give it
I didn't do anything
poison.
to the rat.
Again, you don't have to do anything directly to the rat. You lay poison
I
down
did
the rat.
not poison anybody's rat.
Todd, try and put on this cellophane glove used for handling donuts. See if it fits. I don't know. It just won't go on.
It doesn't fit.
Yeah, you must have quit.
I didn't do anything to that rat.
That motherfucking rabbit killer.
It's just weird that was the only pet I'd ever want dead.
Well, it sounds like you got your wish, buddy.
Sometimes dreams do come true.
Yeah. Todd's like, yeah, put a little niblet of rat poison in there. If he eats it, then he killed himself. I mean,
Was it around Halloween that he died? I'm curious. He's like, I got something for you.
Around his favorite holiday. You can't kill the Jesus. Let the guy live a little bit.
Let the guy live a little bit.
I just happened to set some Alka-Seltzer on the counter.
You should ask what Scotty Ward probably knows what that rat's name was. He knows all that stuff.
Yeah, we could get him to call him.
I think if Pat Pinkerton's rat's name wasn't Pinky, that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's true.
It had
And the
pink
brain?
eyes. It was all white and pink eyes.
But wouldn't Pat Pinkerton be Pinky and the rat would be the brain?
he was
Yes.
the lumpus.
He was Philumpus, yeah.
Just like you were saying.
Yeah.
Very close to the description
I
you just
thought
gave.
that was pretty clear. But, I don't know how he got that name.
I don't either. He had a Ford Fairmont, and they used to call his car the Ford Philumpus.
Yeah,
And then Booterach did a great impression of him.
yeah, he did.
All right. So that was existential question of the week.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I want a piggy tail on the end of that.
Piggy
with,
tail.
100 questions. So the number that I have pulled here is Todd's favorite number.
32.
Nope.
23.
Nope.
17.
Nope.
20.
Nope.
19.
Nope.
Fuck. 5.
Nope.
100.
Nope.
Oh, goddamn. I was just going to go to the bathroom.
It's too late.
All right. So to the group, how old were you when you learned Santa wasn't real, and how did you find out?
Well, I got to drag out bad memories here.
Sorry, what?
What day is it today? What the fuck did you just say?
It's 1993. Sorry. It's 2003. No. 1996?
What?
No. What?
Santa's not real.
When would you have found out that Santa wasn't real? How old were you?
Today.
34.
He's today years old.
34.
So, all right, sweet. So you're not going to play along, and this
No,
is all
no,
going to
okay.
fall on its face.
In all honesty, I honestly, I really don't remember.
Yeah.
Like there was never like there was
I know
never
the exact time that I.
like we
All
always
right, hold on, one at a time.
we always found like certain things that we found kind of sketchy like once we got older, but like my parents would cover a little bit, and then finally they kind of like stopped caring, and they wouldn't cover as much, and then like I think we all just kind of like we just kind of realized like my parents were never like, hey, Santa and the Easter Bunny are real.
Okay.
Tooth Fairy is
Whoa.
of course obviously real, but
And the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, I know. I was shocked at first too, but that's why I was like, okay, Tooth Fairy is still good. But no, yeah, we never they never sat us down and had a conversation about it. It was just we all just realized it, hearing it from friends at school and having conversations about it, and then putting everything together on our own. Like,
so as the oldest sibling in the family, were you not the one to tell your younger sister?
No, I never did.
Oh, you didn't spoil it.
No.
I can totally see you doing that.
No, God,
Was
no.
you, Bob? Are you a killjoy?
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
No, because
Sure.
there was one Christmas, my Boosh bought my mom a Waterford crystal ornament.
Okay.
She got that on Christmas Eve that night, on the 24th. 25th, we woke up. She already had it on the tree. Well, Callie was trying to be nice and reaching under the tree to jumpstart the turnstile for the tree to turn around.
Oh, hold
And
on.
she-
To jumpstart the what?
The turnstile.
They had a rotating.
Yeah, a rotating tree. So
Okay, with your
Wait,
water.
you didn't have a rotating
Waterford crystal and rotating tree. Toot
Some
toot.
Richie
Can you
bitches.
fucking toot your
It
horn
was
a
probably a
little
real
bit, Cory.
tree too, wasn't it?
no, it was
No.
fake tree.
My wallet's too small for my 50s.
Exactly.
My diamond shoes are too
Exactly.
tight. Yeah.
We rotated the tree.
It was the only ornament we had.
Todd would lay underneath there all day on the 24th. Just,
Oh my goodness.
Mom, when can I shut up and
But she had
Anyway.
reached under there to jumpstart the tree to turn,
Jump started.
and because that's how poor we were.
Yeah, was it a two-stroke?
It took a second to get it going.
Okay.
We almost
But
died
she-
from
she
carbon
said-
monoxide.
She had done it plenty of times that month before,
Yeah.
but she didn't take into account reaching over the presents this time to turn the tree. So she pulled on it a little bit, brought the tree crashing down onto the coffee table, and shattered
no.
the Waterford crystal that my Boosh bought my mom for Christmas Eve, the day
And
prior.
that's how you knew that Santa wasn't real.
Well, no.
His mom cost.
Santa got me
No,
this.
because
Exactly. And one of the little kids goes, Santa will get you another. There's no fucking Santa.
unfortunately, that would be great. But my mom and dad came out of the room. And they're like, "Oh," and my dad was laughing about it. He didn't care. So he just looked at Kelly. He's like, "Oh," he's like, "You ruined Christmas." And
There is no Santa.
Wow.
And then he dropped that, right?
Right.
We still haven't gotten to the point where you guys get dashed.
well, Callie lost it and was locked in the bathroom for like 2 hours.
One day the sun is going to die out and it's going to explode. We're all going to die.
So after seeing that, there was no way that I could ever tell my sisters that Santa wasn't real, because I saw her reaction to just my dad saying she ruined Christmas.
Oh,
and
see,
I'm
I would
like,
have been like, oh, so that's how that's done. Okay.
it's
for later.
not so much Keegan, but Callie definitely would have been like, oh yeah, Christmas is now fucking terrible because something always happens that I do not like on Christmas, such as me telling her that Santa's not real, or my dad telling her that she
Well, you
ruined
could
Christmas.
tell him in June.
I still think it would ruin Christmas for her.
He probably would. All right, so Greg, you remember the exact
Yes.
minute.
So I was 6 going on 7. And as all kids do, I was stooping around trying to find my presents, Saw
Sure.
a bag of
Well,
stuff.
how could you find him if Santa was going to bring him?
Thank you.
I was looking for my presents that my dad was going to get me because there was nothing under the tree at this point. This was earlier, in December.
So your parents gave you gifts from them, and then there were also gifts from Santa.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
You're super rich. Parents
No,
okey
single,
doking.
it's a single dad type thing, So I remember I found a bag of stuff in my dad's closet.
It turned out it was cocaine.
Yes. Excuse me. So, anyways, fast forward to Christmas, I see some stuff wrapped underneath the tree. I'm like, oh, I know what that stuff is. I'm excited. So I go to sleep, but I wake up stupid early, as all kids do. I was up at like 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I go out. There's nothing under the tree extra. There's just like 2 presents underneath there. I'm like, okay. What's up with that? I go back to bed. I'm like,
That's strange. I think I'll go back to bed.
I was upset. I remember
I would
going.
have slept underneath that tree.
Maybe my cocaine haze is wrong.
So then I woke back up and came out there and saw the same presents that were in my dad's closet were now under the tree, unwrapped, because the presents from Santa came unwrapped.
They came unwrapped?
Every year, that's how it was. I remember that.
Yeah,
And
My dad spent days wrapping presents.
yeah, there were no unwrapped presents under the tree.
my dad worked like 70
Santa
hours a week.
has
There
that
was
would be-
no.
Santa had his
Your
own
dad was smart.
specific
Yes.
wrapping paper which was not the same as my parents.
Oh
wrapping
no,
paper.
this was
That's how you knew.
like-
it's got to be real.
yeah. No, so
'Cause-
yeah, I saw that and I'm like, put 2 and 2 together, and that was when I was 6.5 years old, and I realized that Christmas was a sham.
Your dad
That's
saved
very
so much
early.
time not
And then the
wrapping
next year, you're like, and Santa should probably bring me a new
No,
BMX
but did
bike.
you tell him that?
No,
You
I
didn't-
never said anything.
Oh, that sucks.
But I don't remember a lot from when I was younger. This though
Okay.
That's
is
funny.
very imprinted in my memory.
Yeah.
Okay. Todd?
I can't. I honestly can't. I was hoping that everybody else, because I.
Todd's like,
at
what are
some
you guys
point-
talking about?
No, at some point I realized that, again, like, I think that once I came downstairs and my dad was wrenching on a bike. And, yeah, so it's like, oh, that makes sense. We don't have a chimney. And if some dude comes into our house, it feels like there's going to be gunfire and other bad things happening. So there's no Santa Claus. It's just my mom and dad.
No wonder you assigned me Jingle Jangle.
Yeah, exactly. I had a very,
Yeah.
very bad childhood.
Yeah.
No, but I can't remember. Like, it seems like I've always known.
Yeah. What? Yeah, no, I didn't always know.
Am I the
I
only one?
Pardon?
Am I the only one that had like
What?
Santa ruined?
For yourself?
Yeah. I feel like I'm the only one of the group.
I-
Everybody
well,
else is
I
just
was-
like, oh,
Nick was about to go. Maybe Nick, I don't know.
maybe you should shut up so Nick can go.
I don't want to.
Who's Nick?
So
Yes.
I'm big into, as far as movies and things like that, fantasy, and I have a great imagination. So for me, I suspended disbelief purposefully very long. I'm not sure the exact age, but my dad enjoyed us believing in Santa, and we enjoyed believing in Santa. So to me, there was always a doubt, but it was like one of those things, like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Like, why am I going to sit here and challenge this and potentially ruin this when I enjoy it and he enjoys it? But I think it was somewhere between maybe 6 and 8, something like that. And it was because I realized that my dad and Santa had the same handwriting. To Nick from
Wow.
Santa. So yeah, so it was around then. But I always said thank you to Santa when I would open the present, because I'm like, if I don't know, there's a slight chance that this might still be real, and if I'm not doing this, because every present if someone gave it to me, we would always say thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Santa. My dad was probably like, he's an idiot.
I would write. I would type out a note from Santa to my kids and leave it on the table with, the plate, which with just the crumbs, because they would put cookies on it the night before, and I would sign it "Love Santa," and then obviously would write out. But I would do it with my left hand instead of my right.
So they think
Santa's
Santa
an
has
idiot.
Down syndrome.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Parkinson's.
No, it wasn't that bad.
His hands are cold. He's always got his hands in a freaking.
But I
reindeer
remember
spot.
thinking that, like, I can't just sign it. Like, they're gonna know the handwriting. So I'm like, oh, it's with my left hand.
It's like a backwards E on love.
I wasn't special ed. I mean, I could write with one. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think I ruined it for myself. I don't know if I was 6.5, but I was probably pretty young because I was curious and I was a snooper, and I found out where my mom hid all the presents. And she didn't wrap them and then hide them. Like, she bought them and then they stayed there until like 1:30 a.m. on the morning of the 25th when she decided to start wrapping them. So I found them were all unwrapped, just sitting there in bags of, like, all the stuff from the store. I'm like, okay, well, that's that.
Where did Todd go?
No, my light went off. I stopped shining.
Yeah, you
So-
fly 3,000 miles and that's what happens.
I know.
You get the
Short table.
short table, shitty lights,
No,
malfunctioning camera. Yeah.
So we're gonna do a short segment from this point going forward through October.
Ooh, do tell.
Okay.
About different haunts in Michigan. They're going to be very short, informational haunts in Michigan on a new segment I like to call The Haunt for This October.
Oh, well, I think this is going to be the last segment for this episode. What's that?
So, but it's very short.
Save for next week.
Very short. So, calling all ghost hunters, the Fort Gratiot Lighthouse near Port Huron, 1828, is Michigan's oldest. The still active lighthouse has been restored and open to the public. Over the past few years, it has also welcomed regularly scheduled paranormal investigators, also open to the public, hosted by Canton-based Motor City Ghost Hunters. The light has been considered haunted for generations, and over a series of investigations, the ghost hunters themselves have reportedly encountered a number of entities, including a small child and the ghost of a former lightkeeper. The group utilizes a variety of tools in their investigations for measuring electromagnetic wave activity, detecting unusual spikes in temperature as they do, and making audio and video records in hopes of capturing paranormal activity to facilitate post-investigation research. Many EVP, or electronic voice phenomenon, have been captured at the Fort Gratiot Lighthouse, and many are available online. That is this week's The Haunt for this October. So it's the Fort Gratiot Lighthouse near Port Huron if you're interested.
It's October?
This is going to be a segment until October.
Next question.
It's not October.
Clarifying question.
Yep.
It can only be haunts in Michigan? What about us people who live in Washington?
Well, I guess you should come up with your own fucking segment.
You got to represent.
Damn.
Next
No,
week.
yeah.
So next week, Todd,
If you have one,
bring a Seattle-based
if
haunted
you,
house thing.
If you have one, absolutely.
Okay, I'm down.
And
All right.
We're down.
You got a whole week to look for it.
2 weeks.
So, yeah, shouldn't be a problem.
Yep.
Yep.
All
But
right.
I think it's interesting because you're going to have a certain number. Obviously, it's going to be like a 80-30 or 80-20 kind of thing when it comes to people that are listening to the podcast. You're going to have some that are Washington based, but it's interesting, I think, for Michigan residents to know, like, hey, this is something tangible. Like, this is within reach. Like, if you're interested in this kind of shit, you can go out there one night with your friends. So, yeah, definitely bring one because maybe you and Mary can go check a couple of them out.
No thanks.
No.
I'm good.
All right, so Cory, I feel like I'm looking at the clock and we've gone like roughly like an hour 20.
I'm at 128, and that's like with a
128?
5-minute intro.
5-minute intro. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. You started. Okay, gotcha. So I think I'd like to, because I feel like gentlemen's agreement. We all have something that we're gonna review.
Yep.
And it's going to last for a while.
So let's save that for next week. We could do a quick pick of the week if you want.
Yeah, we can do
Close
that.
it out.
That's fine.
Even if we don't all have one, that's fine. But Greg's like,
I have one for next week.
no.
Not this week.
Yeah. All right, so I can go. So my pick of the week for this week, it's a website that I thought was a nice little distraction. It's https:// zoomquilt, like ZOOM quilt.org, and it is a kind of a fucked up website in which it's just a never-ending zoom into a picture, but the center of which is another picture, and it just keeps on going like infinitely. And it's somehow calming.
How do you find these
Yes.
fucking websites?
Yeah. What are you
just-
doing all day?
Not working, clearly.
I'll never tell.
Is it Zoom Quilt 2?
Zoomquilt.org. Sounds looking up. Yeah, so if you're looking for something a little bit, you know what? This is a great, like if you've got
You
kids
have
and
acid.
Yeah,
you can-
you've dropped acid, and you've taken probably one too many mushrooms, and you're not sure what to do with yourself, but you have to have a laptop handy. This is a great website. So definitely go there first, and then bookmark it under your mushrooms folder, and so that when you are high on mushrooms, then you can go there and you'll know, like, oh yeah, go to this website. That'll help me.
I don't know if that's going to help.
Oh, it can't hurt.
I feel like it easily could.
You haven't been to the website. You don't know.
Oh, we'll find out.
I'm telling you, zoomquilt.org, great pick. That's my pick of the week.
All right.
Cory, you got one?
Me? I no, I do not.
No?
For this
Anybody
week.
else got one? Is it just me? You sons of bitches, is it just me?
No, I think Nick has one.
No, he's like, I don't think so. Well, that's pick of the week.
Strong close.
Yeah. That's pick of the week for this week.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is episode 138 for the week. Thank you very much for joining. Please tune in next weekend for episode 139, where we will see the return of Mr. Todd Dillion and special guest Greg Gumtoe, along with your favorite hosts, Nick, Cory, and Bob. On behalf of the Jazzcast, this is Bob. Say goodbye. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves.